Hi, this is Rolf from Tesla Owners US, and today we have an interesting story because we are sitting in a Model Y and some experience with a Model Y, and a friend of mine over, he does the same thing. So he checks when cars are being received, and we have a colleague at the supercharger, and I didn't know that he was a colleague, but the story we're going to tell you after this intro.
Hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
So we are back here, and we're talking at the supercharger. I looked at the white because I might be ordering a white Model Y as well. I looked at the white one, especially with the blacked out. That's a new theme now. It's all of my cars, with the exception of the Model 3. And so we talked, and I told him, then, where are you going? Where are you coming from? He came from Amarillo. And I said, hey, I was working in Amarillo for a while. I had a contract, and that was at the factory where the V2 is being produced. It's the
V22.
V22, it's the Osprey.
Uh-huh.
And then we said, oh yeah, and then kind of we know the same people in the purchasing department and so on. Yeah, so we're talking about a little bit about the car, and now John wants to tell us something about his delivery experience. Yeah.
Well, the delivery experience was bad. The first time when I got it, I drove away, and as soon as I was getting on the expressway on my first test drive of my new car, all of a sudden I hear a loud noise, and then I start hearing all this loud noise while I'm driving. So I pull over and look underneath, and there's a front panel that part of it is broken off. It's hanging down, it's dragging on the road. So I called my delivery specialist, who did talk to me that day. But he never, after that day, I never heard from him again. I would leave messages, I would send emails, and you're kind of dead to the delivery people after you.
And the point is that you are a repeat customer because you had a Model 3,
yes,
and you turned in the Model 3 with rear-wheel drive, and you were happy with the Model 3, right?
I was, yes. I like this Y a lot better, and I'm not trying to. I do love my car. I think Tesla people tend to.
Everybody loves their cars, but there is something, because I'm from quality control, and you know what? This is easy to fix. Because, and you know, this was not the first time. A friend of mine in Germany, Ovi is his name, he's checking those cars every time, and he sees that the little plop imps there, or the screws which are holding the panels, are not being attached correctly. They're going off the line, and they are not being checked after that.
From what the repair guy said, there were no screws ever there.
There will never be ever screws there.
Yeah.
Yes, that happens quite frequently.
But with good quality control, you have to wonder how that happens.
Apparently
there's not good quality control.
There's no quality control. There's no quality control. Could be happening as well, and this hurts me in my soul as a quality guy, because that's so easy to repair. There is an inspection plan when you start to shipping it, and you are checking the car, lifting it up, checking all of the what needs to be there. And then there's a checkpoint on every one, and said, yes, they are there, this there, that's there, and some, and done. And that probably did not happen.
Right.
You know, and it's always about quality, about quantity going out. And what we also notice, and I'm showing that as well, it is something, and the friend says the same thing, is in the white color. And that's probably the color, because you don't pay any extras for that, is the color, it's so the cloudiness in it, let me say it like that. Because I worked in the paint industry, and we produced paint for Volkswagen in Germany. Actually, that was a clear coat on that. We delivered to the line in Germany, Volkswagen, the clear coat. And it's probably not the clear coat, it's probably the underlayer, the covering layer. And the covering layer is kind of sometimes a little shady. It's uneven. why I would like to say that, right?
Yeah, because to me, I would describe it as a blotchy look. It's like it's white and then not quite as white and not quite. It's
Yes, and you cannot bring that on a picture because
Right.
you cannot see it on a picture. But if you are going along, and I try to make some pictures on it, and I blend them in there, and you can on a picture everything looks beautiful,
right.
right? But when you see it in real life, and there was another car here, right, on the gas station at the Philips gas station here at that supercharger. There, what I saw from, was it Toyota or Acura, and that pearl paint was really constantly pearl in the same color, right? And that was, I think, if they would just use a little bit more material and have it better rotated or mixed that material,
something, yeah.
then the application will look much smoother. Yeah, and that's a hint for the Tesla guys. So
Right.
you can still improve on the quality.
Yeah,
Right.
well, and it's in my plan. I've only had it a couple months, but the more I stare at it, the more upset I get. So I'm gonna probably contact Tesla and see if there's anything they'll repaint. I don't know how easy that is for them to do, if they're willing to, but
You know what I would check with them is that if there is a qualified Tesla paint shop or a body shop, and they probably could simulate the same color. Usually when they do it in a second time, they have better
right.
better results.
Yeah, I don't know. That's unfortunately living in Amarillo. That's one of the. I don't believe. I know that we have no
It probably
certified.
takes
body
4
shops.
hours to go to Dallas from Amarillo, right?
That's more like 5.5.
5.5
It'd probably
hours.
be easier to go to Oklahoma City. Don't they have one? They have a service center in Oklahoma City? I think they do.
They wanted to have one. You're right. They wanted to have one in Oklahoma City, but I don't know if that was established yet.
Okay.
At that point, they always talked about that since 2 years when I came sometimes this route. Hey John, thank you for that story. I think that story was important because of the following reason. If I'm a quality guy and I see it one time or two time, well, that's fine, right? So then I said, hey, this is an exception. But if I see it with you and my friends see it all the time, then this is not an exception. That is kind of built in the process or wrongly built in the process. And then there is something hey, that needs to be fixed.
And
Right?
I would just add that I think if they really want to continue to grow, the fans are going to be more forgiving than the average customer.
Yes, and I'm a fan from the first moment. I have a Roadster, right, of all of that, and but I have to say, I'm also is if you want to grow, if they want to grow further, right, and they want to find more acceptance, then I think there is still ways to improve.
Yeah, there are people that would have returned the car over the paint.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
That could be. Now let's see what we can do. I wish you all the best
All right.
for this, and nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you and safe travels.
Yeah, safe travels. We will stop in Wichita. You keep going.
I'll keep going. I think Emporia is my next stop.
All right. So have a good one and say ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Subscribe to the channel if you like it. There are more interesting stories coming up every time with people at the Supercharger. Bye-bye. It is not a coincidence because I just had an interview with John, and now I meet someone at another supercharger, and his name is Bob, right?
Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Yes.
And he got a white Model Y, and we want to hear the story from Bob about when did you receive your car?
In June.
In June?
Yes.
And then you had, obviously, it was a touchless transfer, right? Here's your car where did you receive your car?
Well, that was kind of strange also, because I put my order online, as everyone does,
Yeah.
and they told me it was going to be 8 to 12 weeks before I would get my car.
Yes.
Then, through that waiting period, they came up and said it'd be 4 to 8 weeks.
Wow.
In 9 days,
You had the car.
they said, your car is here. I said,
Yeah.
I told him that part of the
Yeah.
story. And Nope, it's here. That's the VIN number. And I question now, after all the problems, which we haven't talked about yet, I had with it, if somebody had say, I'm not taking that car like that,
Okay.
I want another one.
Yes. So then they transferred the car to you.
So,
where
yes,
was
they
the transfer?
probably went down
It
a
was
list.
at Raintree Road
That's at
in
Raintree
Scottsdale.
Road, yes. Yes. I think they probably went down a list and said, oh, he's the next one.
Who is the next one? Maybe he takes it.
He'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then you did you take the possession of the car? Was there someone present at that time?
Yes. We live up in Sholo, Arizona, if you know where.
Oh yeah,
Sholo-
it's far away. Yeah.
Yes. So that's about 160 some miles or so.
Yeah.
And it was a real hot day. And they said because of COVID, we aren't doing where we go over the car and show you the things. We don't do that anymore.
Yes. You have to learn it online.
Yes, here's your paperwork.
Yeah.
I says, well, where do we go to sign? You sit in your car and do it. And
Do it
sign
from your car.
And yes,
Yes.
I mean, it was way over 100 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah.
So take a look around it, and I'll be back. And so anyway, I took a quicker look around it, and I found a couple of paint chip and this and that. And so we just wanted to get out of there.
Yes.
So we took it and got home, and then over the next couple of days, I got out and it was dirty.
Then you wash the car probably.
I did a detail
Yeah.
spray on it, and oh boy, did I find all kinds of things that were wrong.
Yeah. So, and for example, what was wrong was the doors, right? That was because I had the guy what I interviewed, John. He said I have some problem with the doors. The doors looking so a little shady, cloudy, like
Yes.
right.
Yes.
So what did you find on the doors?
Both doors. There was a whole list of things, but the two front doors had kind of a cloudy.
Yeah.
And I've been with cars since in high school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Raced cars, had Porsches and
Yeah.
things like that. And this paint wasn't a premium car paint.
Yes.
So I could see like clouds where it was darker and then lighter, and I said, that's the primer showing through.
Yes. There is a kind of a beige-like primer
It's-
below, right?
I would say maybe could be beige.
Yeah.
I thought almost a real light gray or something like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's. I was seeing it was.
Yeah. So
cloudy.
so let's go to your car
Okay.
and then show me what you had to check afterwards and what needed to be repaired. on
Okay.
it. Yes.
Very good.
Let's go to your car. Here is that beautiful Model Y, and got received very early. What is that? VIN 9135. Okay, one of the earlier models. That's dual motor with regular wheels. Yes. So tell me a little bit where we later go in shade again, but where it was. I think the doors was one portion of that, right?
Yes. Right through here.
This area,
It's
yeah.
dirty. Yeah, it's dirty now like that.
Yeah.
But it was kind of wavy.
Yes.
You could see.
And did they do the rear doors as well?
No, I think it was both these doors
Both of the front doors, yes.
and the hatchback.
Yeah, that what happened there? There was
The mismatch on
there was
this.
a misalignment there.
This,
Yeah.
This was up farther this way,
Yeah.
and right about here,
Yes.
when they were fitting it, it probably wasn't fitting really well, and somebody must have taken a mallet or something like that to push it down in there, because when you went across here, you could feel a dent,
Yes.
and somebody then from pounding on it, maybe it ruined the paint right there. So they took a buffer on it and they buffed right through the paint.
So and then you could see the primer.
So you could see the primer here. There was
Yes.
marks in a couple of spots.
So
here.
basically, that was done from the repair company as well, from the body shop, right? From that third-party body shop, they repaired it, right?
With the
yes.
third party? Yes.
Third party.
Correct.
Was it Raintree who repaired it, or was it?
Well, it's a company called Kaizen, Kaizen.
Okay,
I
good.
think they have 3
Yes.
body shops and they do nice work.
So, was there anything else what they had to do? This was fine.
Yes.
Yes.
This was so off color, they replaced it. In fact, they had to replace it twice.
So they replaced the whole bumper.
Yep, this whole plastic area.
The whole bumper was replaced.
Yes, and the first one came in, it was damaged, and they said we can't put it on there because it came damaged. So
Yeah.
we had to order another one.
Yes. How is that fitting here? Is that fitting?
That fitted all right.
Okay, good.
That wasn't a
Yeah.
problem. It was these. Even
These.
so,
Even now.
yeah, even now it's still not good.
Yeah.
Crack here and the crack there. That didn't get it.
That's a gap.
That's
look
a gap.
Look
Yeah.
at that gap.
Oh yeah, you could put your finger in it.
You get the little finger in here,
Mm-hmm.
here, and then here there's almost nothing.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, and the
Yeah.
same side, same thing on this side. Gap is a little less.
Yeah.
But this one was down, and this one is
Yeah,
up.
this one is a little more indented here. You see that?
Yep.
Yeah, and this is
That's
indented.
true.
This is going out.
It's
It
still-
is uneven from here.
Correct.
It's about 2 millimeters. But you could also see it when you are 3 steps away, right? Or 4 steps away. You could see it when you're 4 steps away. Then the color didn't fit, right?
And on this sort of thing, I said here, and look at how, the big gap up here.
Yeah.
And he says they have a specification sheet, and he says this makes the specification.
Oh. Through here. There's a little gap here.
Oh yeah,
You know?
that they didn't fix. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay to them.
It's okay to them. That's not okay for me. But so this one is also, there's a big gap
Yeah.
difference here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
So-
fit fairly well.
Yes.
Because I've seen a lot worse. But this thing was so dull. I wanted them to repaint it. And I think all they did was buff it. But if you feel
Yeah,
it's dirty now.
Yeah, but you feel the sprinkle. You feel the sprinkles. It looks almost like the clear coat is not
And that's
covering
what I
it.
was saying. Like the clear
You know,
coat of.
you know what I'm thinking is, so I worked in a company, we delivered clear coat to Volkswagen.
Yes.
So, and we couldn't deliver clear coat to Mercedes or BMW because they didn't accept our clear coat from the conditions. And we sent a sample to the factory first in Volkswagen. They accepted the sample, and then we could send the clear coat batch to them. So it was not solvent-based, water-based clear coat, but you need to apply enough clear coat that you don't feel the sprinkles here.
Yes.
This is metal sprinkles.
Yes. The other
Right?
You can't see it in the bright light, but there are small, little like single dust things.
Yeah.
Over in this area, right here, the paint was like wavy.
Yes.
I don't know. I think they buffed it out, and that took care of that.
Wow. And I'm happy that I got you, because this is not a coincidence. This is not a single thing. That is systematic. This is a systematic thing, that the application of the white collar, this probably was you.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is good. Just do it.
That's just
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
And can I
Let's
make,
go
can I
under
make
the
a
shade.
recommendation for,
Yes,
for your
please.
people?
yes. Well, let's go into the shade.
If you have to take your car in,
Yes.
be sure to empty everything out of it, which I did,
Yes.
and it was gone for over 2 weeks. When I got home, I was showing a friend of mine the car, and I told him it comes with a
With a
charging
charger?
kit. with
Yes.
the charging kit.
Yeah.
I took the charging kit out and I opened it up to show him somebody had stolen my kit and put an older model in there. It was grody and it was scratched, and
Wow.
the old kits, the cable, the matching cable,
Yes.
was
I can't get in at JR's.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah. So the charging kit was exchanged, right?
it was exchanged.
Yes.
Yes. Somebody took the nice
But
kit.
that was the third party who did it, all right? Or
we
was
don't
it?
know.
You don't know? Ah,
No.
so you gave it to Tesla and they gave it to a third party and they returned it, and then all of a sudden there was the charging kit was
And the
replaced.
third party gave it to
Another
party.
fourth party.
Yeah, another. They were so busy. They said we wouldn't be able to get it done in the time frame, to get it back to me within 2 weeks. So they sent it to another shop,
Yeah.
and somewhere in there, somebody said, "Oh, the newer chargers, you can replace the charging end of it where you plug it in.
Yes.
You can buy. There's a whole kit.
There
you
was
can
a
buy
kit for
that.
all different kind of adapters.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That old one, you can't
They
take
didn't
it off.
have that. Yes. Yeah.
So somebody wanted that kit, so somebody helped themselves. Or
did you buy all adapters, or did you have only 2 or 3
I
of
had
them?
I had bought a couple. I've got about 3. I've got one of the big Chatamo now.
Yes. I have that as well.
$450 job.
Oh yes, I have that as well.
Yeah.
Actually, it didn't work for me at one of the sites.
Oh, it didn't?
No, I went to a Francis charger in Elk Grove, Texas, or was it Oklahoma, and all of them were iced, right?
Oh.
Or 2 of them were iced from the employees where the owner belonged, had that shop or that restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So they iced them, and at the end they had. Then I tried to connect and couldn't connect. So they said it's only for the Model S and Model X. The Model Y and the Model 3 don't have a problem. But you should try
I
it one
see.
time.
Oh, okay.
Try the Chatamo charger if that
Yes.
works for you.
Yeah.
Before you rely on that charging option, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, we want that we get heard and that some people do something about it, because this is a systematic problem. Because you are the second one what I meet within 3 days. Who had the same problem, and that is not quality-wise. It is not a coincidence. This is a systematic problem what need to be resolved.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
newest thing that's out is the suspension,
Yeah,
and they showed them. You can see it, like if you put maybe a mirror or something like that, because
Yeah.
you're so low you can't hardly get under there. And you look up, and I don't know if it's where the shocks go through, and the nuts weren't pulled up tight, and they're falling off, and they've had front end suspensions collapse.
dropping. Oops.
That's a real bad one.
They need to put Loctite on those so
Yeah.
that it doesn't fall off.
Right. And
Maybe they forgot the Loctite, or the screws are not
they
tight.
screwed them up, and maybe somebody else
Was supposed to do the Loctite and it didn't.
Yeah, and they walked away, or it's time for lunch, and they
Yeah.
took off, and got to remember where I got it. Where was I? Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is all of a question of quality, and I'm doing quality management with manufacturing, and it hurts my soul. Let me say it like that. If I see that, I'm doing it for aerospace and defense industry, and you cannot make a mistake there.
I know it.
But and the other thing is, they can do it with SpaceX. Those rockets don't blow up, right? So if you can do it with SpaceX, you can do it with Tesla as well. So it just is a question of the effort. Yeah. Hey, Bob, thank you for the interview.
Sure.
This is all for the other owners who are watching this, and they're being informed that they have to do the quality control for themselves. They have to check. They have to check the car, everything around it, and sometimes maybe they have a more informed person with them helping them when they receive the car,
Yes.
right?
And don't when you take it there and they says, oh, that's in spec. I mean, push,
Yes.
push.
Yes.
Because those that push, what I had to do with replacing
Yeah.
that missing thing, they weren't going to do anything. The first thing I noticed was not the charger itself.
Yeah.
I had already bought a new extension for it,
Yeah.
and I had put it in the case. And I was showing my friend, and that thing was missing
Yeah.
out of there. So somebody had taken it.
Wow.
And then replaced that. Well,
So also watch it. All of your equipment when you give with them, count it or take it out.
Take it out.
Take it completely out.
nothing,
you know?
nothing, and,
Yeah.
and including that
Yeah.
that charger.
Yes.
So anyway, when I asked about replacing that piece, and they says, "Oh yeah, we have lots of those around here, and but you'll have to agree to pay the shipping." I said, "I'm not paying the shipping. This was in my car. Somebody took it,
Yes.
and you see, I have to pay the shipping." The second one, they kind of ignored me on it. They said, "Yeah, we'll take care of it. Didn't happen. I finally called, his name is Troy, and he is at the gallery.
Is he at the gallery? He's one of the
at Kierland
assistants.
Commons.
Yeah, I know where that is. Yeah.
And I said, "I'm looking for somebody in customer service." And he says, "Well, I'm a customer service representative." And I told him the whole thing.
Yeah.
Then he started on it, and they still messed around. And I called him again.
Okay.
And finally he says, "I'll go to his manager."
Yeah.
And he went to the top fella.
Yeah.
And then finally I
You
got
got it. Okay, good. Hey, I wish you all the best luck.
Thank you.
Have a good tour and have a good tour. And anyway, enjoy your car. Technology-wise, we love our cars.
Yes.
But there is still some way for improvement. Let me say it like that, right?
Yeah.
So enjoy the electric ride.
Everything inside
Yeah.
was 100%. There was nothing wrong with any of the workings.
Yeah.
That's probably why I didn't take it back.
Yes.
And but
Okay.
we
They
got
fixed it, so
All right.
so.
Hey,
Thank you.
have a good trip, yeah? And
Thank
please thumbs up if you like it and subscribe to the channel.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Yes, we'll see ya.